What's going on, guys? Jay Hoyt back with you today, and oh boy did this news kind of shock the Call of Duty community as it was announced that you can see on your screen that Microsoft has laid off almost all of the esports production staff after the CDL major. So if you guys didn't know, or you didn't watch my last video, what are you doing? Please do that. Make sure to subscribe while you're down there. But the CDL Boston Breach Major 1, whatever you want to call it, was this, I guess, this last weekend? So all of these staff going into that event basically didn't know if they had a job after the event. So obviously, you know, the observer staff does a pretty darn good job, at least in my opinion. But apparently either Microsoft didn't think so or they've hired some different people. I'm not exactly sure. But I wanted to read this, kind of talk about it, my feelings towards it, all of that type of stuff. So they said Microsoft laid off thousands of Activision Blizzard employees, and many thought that that would be it. However, the company has decided to gut its esports broadcast team just one day following the CDL major. They merged obviously with Microsoft merged with Activision Blizzard, and it rocked with lots of layoffs. Obviously, with Riot Games also letting go of a large percentage of their workforce. So the team that makes was that League of Legends, I think. But then it's like, okay. So then we keep going down here. So a lot of the observers and even on-air personalities for the Overwatch League and the COD League have been let go from the company, again, just days after the CDL major. So the layoffs come just a day after the previous commissioner of the CDL and eventual general manager of Call of Duty was promoted to the president of Blizzard. This lady needs to not be here anymore. But Joanna Faries, they actually did it. I'm not sure who this guy was. So he's up here, right? Scott Parkin, the former senior manager of esports operations at Activision Blizzard, said he got laid off. And then we keep going down here. More people got either laid off or still there, or still saying they're still there, or whatever. But 7 years of this person, which was the Overwatch League, I believe, one of their on-air personalities, that, again, just no longer there. And then this is just sad, right? Because you see that this COD League thing that we've been trying to make work for the last 5 years, and it just hasn't, right? The money that we've invested, not even we, I can't say we because it's not me, but the amount of money that people have invested into this league, you know, the $25 million per team, plus, however much it takes to actually run the team per year, salaries, staff included, and everything. I think it was the 100 Thieves organization with the LA Thieves. They said they lost $2.5 million in the first year or something like that. So that's got to include all of the players, the staff, the team management, you know, whatever it may be. But they lost so much money to begin with. And obviously it's not going to be profitable from the first day. But some of these is a little bit of an oversight, a little bit of a rush into this big thing. And, you know, maybe 10 years down the road, once, you know, all this stuff kind of gets figured out, and hopefully it's in a bigger and better place than it is now, maybe we could revisit this. But with the amount of layoffs and, you know, the merging and everything that everyone's going through right now, it's just sad. It really is sad that, you know, we tried to make this thing work. We tried to, you know, elevate Call of Duty to the next level. We tried to elevate, you know, Call of Duty into a mainstream esport again. And it all came, like, not crashing down, but the amount of teams that have left and sold their spot or sold their team or sold their branding or whatever it may be because they just couldn't afford it has been absolutely crazy. Like, usually you never see teams and organizations swap around this much so early into a new thing. But then you see articles like this, and of course, Microsoft already is pretty big as it is, and hopefully, they might have been laid off from Activision Blizzard, but does that mean they could be hired by Microsoft? Is that how that works? Or is, Microsoft making those decisions too? Or do they already have people that do this, and all these people are extra? What the case? Because here's the other thing, too, that, we've talked about a few times on this channel. It's not just about having people in there. It's about having the right people, the people that care, the people that want to make the best product and aren't just there to collect a paycheck. And talking about the right people, I'm over here on Adam Apicella's Twitter page, and if you don't know who he is, he was the founding employee of MLG. You guys remember that thing from back in the day that got to be big? We had the big events, help with the Call of Duty World League. What else he was? He founded the esports engine after being part of MLG, League Ops for Activision Blizzard, Production Executive of the Year, Esports Hall of Fame inductee. He doesn't really need an introduction in the Call of Duty community. But here's the weird part about this. So this is right after all of these layoffs happened, and he, commented on the girl that we talked about earlier, leaving or being laid off by Blizzard. And then he also says, tough to sit on the sidelines right now and not being able to help. For those going through it, I could say we've seen similar collapses in the past as sandcastles we built fell apart for whatever reason. I know it's tough, but take heart when the opportunity arises. And then this was the big one that I wanted to talk about. And he said, the last tweet of the night, now this is from 2 days ago, being January 30th, and it'll be a few days since I actually put this video up. But he had said, if Microsoft / Activision Blizzard let me run MLG from within, gave me the opportunity to run the CWL, the Call of Duty World League, next to Halo and their amazing esports team and other internal IPs, we would build the most powerful internal marketing engine in the industry. Bring back folks like those two people and other superstars from MLG and CWL, and they are chomping at the bit to get another crack at this. It doesn't need to be hundreds of employees or $100 million in funding. It can literally be folded into internal marketing beats and lift all ships. It can be also be done with fiscally efficient and common sense and reasonable spending, which would send shockwaves through the industry. Which is, again, why we want this guy running the COD League. Right? He would have fixed this so fast. Everybody has full faith, full trust in Adam. Right? He has been the guy to, without him, I don't think any of this would be anywhere close to what it is right now. Right? And like he said, he's done it. Right? I read you his profile here. He's done it. He has the credentials. Right? He's done it before. Let him do it again. Don't bring in other people that don't really care about it like he does. Right? I've never met Adam. I've never had any interaction with him at all. But from what I've heard from almost everybody in the community, we need this guy. We need him making the decisions in the right office spot, making the decisions as the president or CEO or whatever the top title is for the COD League. He needs to be in it. But I know I could go on for even longer talking about this and how much I believe in Adam and, how I think this should change or that should change or what we should do or what we should turn this into or what it could be. But for now, we'll leave it as it sits. It's a frustrating situation seeing so many amazing people get let go from the companies. And, of course, we'll have to wait and see, where some of these people land. How all the streams will run, all of the events will run, without those people in place. Now, will they get, on a freelance type of contract? Who knows? But, it's going to be interesting because you have made this big cut Now let's see what you can do with it. But that's going to do it for today's video. If you want to help support the channel, please subscribe. Go down below the video, hit the subscribe button. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit the like button down there as well. And let me know all of your thoughts and comments about everything we talked about in this one, or whatever you guys kind of want to talk about. But as always, guys, we'll see you